What can we do for hair loss? How can we grow new hair? Well, first of all, we have to put the detective hat on and find out why there is hair loss. So the causes of hair loss can be anemia, it can be high stress, it can be a hormonal imbalance, and it can be damage that's just physical damage that has been done to the hair follicles. And so depending on what the cause is, the anemia, you can strengthen the hydrochloric acid, balance the hormones. But what can you do to the scalp to encourage the hair to grow again? You can make a mix that you can put on your hair. And this mix is, let's make up the mix.
Have you ever wondered why your hair is falling out? You wake up and notice something unsettling, hair scattered across your pillow. It's not the first time, but today it feels more alarming. You brush your hair and even more strands fall out. Your heart sinks as you start wondering, why is this happening to me? Hair loss can be one of the most distressing changes we go through, affecting not just our appearance, but our self-esteem as well. Maybe you've noticed this happening for a while now, gradually losing volume and thickness, but you've brushed it off, thinking it's just part of aging or seasonal shedding. But what if it's something more? What if there's an underlying reason that you haven't yet discovered? It's easy to feel overwhelmed when faced with hair loss, especially when the products that promise miracles seem to do little to reverse the problem. Here's the truth: most people have no idea why they're losing their hair. They think it's inevitable or assume it's just a matter of using the right product. But hair loss can be more complicated than that. Understanding the root cause, pun intended, can make all the difference. We'll delve into the complexities of hair loss, dissecting why it happens and what might be contributing to it, often without us realizing. For most of us, hair is a significant part of our identity. It frames our faces, gives us confidence, and is deeply intertwined with how we perceive ourselves. So when we start losing hair, it feels like we're losing a part of ourselves. This is why hair loss can be so emotionally taxing. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about how we feel inside. The stress of seeing more hair in the drain after every shower can lead to even more hair loss. It's a vicious cycle. So, why does hair fall out? Is it stress? Hormones? Genetics? Nutritional deficiencies? The truth is, it could be all of the above. But before you jump to conclusions, let's break down each possible reason to understand which one might be affecting you. After all, the more informed you are, the better equipped you'll be to tackle the problem head-on. Common causes of hair loss that you're probably overlooking. When it comes to hair loss, there are a lot of myths out there. People often believe that it's purely genetic or that it's something only men need to worry about. But hair loss can affect anyone, men, women, and even young people. What's surprising is how often people overlook the less obvious causes of hair thinning or shedding. You might be tempted to blame your parents if you start noticing hair loss, thinking it's all down to genetics. And while it's true that hereditary factors do play a role, it's not the whole story. In fact, many people overlook lifestyle factors and health conditions that can also contribute to hair loss. Let's start by talking about anemia, a condition that occurs when your body doesn't have enough red blood cells to carry oxygen to your tissues, including your scalp. Anemia is often caused by an iron deficiency, and it can lead to hair loss because your hair follicles aren't getting the oxygen they need to grow healthy hair. This is more common than you might think, particularly among women. In fact, many women experience anemia without even realizing it because the symptoms, fatigue, pale skin, and hair thinning, can be subtle. If you think you might be anemic, it's a good idea to get your iron levels checked. Sometimes, simply adding an iron supplement to your routine can make a big difference. Then there's stress. We've all heard that stress can cause hair loss, but do you know why? When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol, which can push your hair into the telogen or resting phase. Normally, hair goes through a growth cycle that includes a growth phase, a resting phase, and a shedding phase. But when you're under chronic stress, more of your hair stays in the resting phase, which leads to more shedding. You might notice this after a particularly stressful event, like a breakup, moving to a new city, or even after having a baby. This type of hair loss is called telogen effluvium, and it's usually temporary. However, if the stress continues, the hair loss can become more permanent. Hormonal imbalances are another common cause of hair loss, particularly in women. Conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, or menopause can lead to an imbalance of hormones like androgens, which are male hormones that women also produce. When these hormones are out of balance, they can cause the hair follicles to shrink, leading to thinner hair or bald spots. Even something as simple as your hairstyle could be contributing to your hair loss. Have you ever worn your hair in a tight ponytail or braid for an extended period of time? This can lead to something called traction alopecia, which is hair loss caused by the constant pulling on the hair follicles. Over time, this can damage the follicles and prevent new hair from growing. And let's not forget about the role of nutrition. Your hair is made up of a protein called keratin, so if you're not getting enough protein in your diet, your hair could suffer. Likewise, deficiencies in other nutrients like vitamin D, zinc, and biotin can also lead to hair thinning. By now, you're probably starting to realize that hair loss is a complex issue with many possible causes. But the good news is that once you identify the cause of your hair loss, you can start taking steps to address it. Whether it's managing your stress levels, improving your diet, or changing your hairstyle, there are things you can do to stop hair loss in its tracks. Is your hair care routine doing more harm than good? Let's take a closer look at your hair care routine. If you're like most people, you probably use the same shampoo and conditioner that you've been using for years. Maybe you picked it up at the drugstore because it smelled nice or because it promised to make your hair shiny and smooth. But have you ever stopped to read the ingredients list? Many of the hair products we use every day contain harsh chemicals that can actually do more harm than good. For example, sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, is a common ingredient in shampoos that creates that rich lather we all love. But did you know that SLS is also used in industrial cleaning products? It's incredibly harsh and can strip your hair of its natural oils, leaving it dry and brittle. Parabens are another common ingredient in hair products. These are preservatives that help extend the shelf life of your shampoo and conditioner. But studies have shown that parabens can disrupt your hormones, which could contribute to hair loss. If you're already dealing with hormonal imbalances, using products that contain parabens could make the problem worse. Then there are silicones, those ingredients that give your hair that silky, smooth feel. While they can make your hair look shiny in the short term, silicones can actually build up on your hair over time, weighing it down and making it more prone to breakage. So, what should you be using instead? The key is to look for natural, sulfate-free, and paraben-free products. These will be much gentler on your scalp and hair. And while they might not lather up as much as the shampoos you're used to, they'll still get your hair clean without stripping it of its natural oils. You should also pay attention to how often you're washing your hair. Washing your hair too frequently can strip it of the oils that keep it healthy, leading to dryness and breakage. On the other hand, not washing it enough can lead to a buildup of oil and product, which can clog your hair follicles and prevent new hair from growing. If you use heat styling tools like flat irons or curling wands, be sure to use a heat protectant spray to minimize damage. Heat can weaken the protein bonds in your hair, making it more susceptible to breakage. If you use these tools frequently, consider giving your hair a break every once in a while to let it recover. The point is, your hair care routine might be doing more harm than good if you're not careful. But by making a few simple changes, like switching to natural products, washing your hair less often, and using heat protectant, you can help protect your hair and prevent further damage. The secret to reversing hair loss: natural remedies that actually work. Now that we've talked about the causes of hair loss and how your hair care routine might be contributing to the problem, let's dive into some natural remedies that can help reverse the damage and encourage new hair growth. One of the most powerful natural remedies for hair loss is castor oil. This thick, nutrient-rich oil has been used for centuries to promote hair growth and improve scalp health. Castor oil contains ricinoleic acid, which has anti-inflammatory properties that can help soothe an irritated scalp and stimulate dormant hair follicles. But castor oil alone won't solve all your problems. For best results, you should pair it with other natural oils like coconut oil and rosemary essential oil. Coconut oil is rich in lauric acid, which helps reduce protein loss and strengthen your hair. It also has antimicrobial properties, which can help keep your scalp healthy and free of infections. Rosemary essential oil is another powerhouse when it comes to hair growth. Studies have shown that it can be just as effective as minoxidil, a common ingredient in hair growth treatments, at stimulating new hair growth. Rosemary oil increases blood circulation to the scalp, which helps bring more nutrients to your hair follicles. To create a DIY hair growth treatment at home, mix half a cup of castor oil, half a cup of coconut oil, and 10 drops of rosemary essential oil. Massage this mixture into your scalp once a week and leave it on overnight. The next morning, wash it out with a gentle, sulfate-free shampoo. It's important to be consistent with this treatment. Natural remedies take time to work, so don't expect to see results overnight. But with patience and persistence, you should start to notice thicker, stronger hair in a few months. In addition to these oils, there are other natural ingredients that can help promote hair growth. Aloe vera, for example, is known for its soothing properties and can help reduce inflammation on the scalp. You can apply fresh aloe vera gel directly to your scalp, or look for shampoos and conditioners that contain aloe vera as an ingredient. Another natural remedy is onion juice. It might sound strange, but onion juice has been shown to promote hair growth in people with alopecia areata, an autoimmune condition that causes hair loss. The sulfate in onions helps improve blood circulation to the scalp, which can stimulate hair growth. Simply blend a few onions in a blender, strain the juice, and apply it to your scalp. Leave it on for 30 minutes before washing it out with a gentle shampoo. The smell might be strong, but if you can tolerate it, you might see significant improvements in your hair growth. The final lesson: it's all about the lifestyle. By now, you've learned a lot about hair loss, what causes it, how your hair care routine might be contributing to it, and some powerful natural remedies that can help reverse the damage. But here's the final lesson: none of these tips will work unless you're committed to making lasting changes in your lifestyle. Your hair is a reflection of your overall health. If you're not taking care of yourself, your hair will suffer. This means eating a balanced diet rich in vitamins and minerals, staying hydrated, and getting enough sleep. It also means managing your stress levels, as chronic stress can have a significant impact on your hair health. A diet rich in protein, healthy fats, and vitamins is essential for healthy hair. Make sure you're eating plenty of lean meats, eggs, nuts, seeds, and leafy greens. Foods high in omega-3 fatty acids, like salmon and flax seeds, can also help nourish your scalp and hair follicles. Exercise is another important factor in maintaining healthy hair. Exercise increases blood flow to your scalp, which helps bring more oxygen and nutrients to your hair follicles. It also helps reduce stress, which, as we've discussed, can contribute to hair loss. Be patient. Hair growth takes time, and it's easy to get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. But with consistency and dedication, you can improve the health of your hair and prevent further loss. Now that you've gained a solid understanding of these powerful approaches to tackle hair loss, there's still one game-changing solution that not many are talking about. It's a technique quietly gaining traction among experts and showing remarkable results for those in the know. Curious? In our next video, I'll walk you through this little-known method, step by step, to help you take your hair growth journey to the next level. Don't miss out, click here to watch it now, and get ready to see real transformation.